Luke writes us, after I finished revisiting Aristotle's Ethics, I noticed similar things between your park bench, bus bench framework and Aristotle's discussion of restraint, endurance, and habit. Knowing that you are a professor of religious studies and often cite literature to express an idea, I became curious. Huh, it's kind of a fun question. One, how have your academic and literary pursuits impacted your approach to strength training? It, uh, it does, yeah. For one thing, I always use this word called steno symbol. You know, when you tell somebody you're lifting weights, almost always they do that, right? Well, that's the steno symbol of weightlifting. If you weightlift, you are a bodybuilder. Well, that's not true. I'm an Olympic lifter. No, you're a bodybuilder. In religious studies, we call that a steno symbol. That's a symbol or a word that is so ingrained inside your head that no matter what else I tell you, you still come up to the same thing being a steno symbol. So when I train people in the weight room, one of the things I try to break is their steno symbols. Squats hurt your knees. Deadlifts hurt your back. Weightlifting makes your muscle down. None are true. Good coaching will take care of all that. But that's a steno symbol that hits. My academic and literary pursuits in the area of strength training, it is interesting because I'm having a hard time discerning, because in my head, they're not on, I don't have a column over here called strength and conditioning and a column over here called religious studies. They blend. I guess one of the things you would probably pick up with my approach to strength and health is that almost universally, I can go back to the 1940s, 1910. I have this ability to reach back. Religion means to link back. And I think my strength and conditioning vision, I link back. I link you back to Dick Notmeyer. I link you back to Ralph Malm, Bob Lahadi, Coach DeYoung. Stuff written during World War II, stuff written after World War I, stuff written in 1910. Because I constantly try to link back to let people know that really there's nothing new under the sun. And honestly, it has been done better by many people. So I like that first question. It'd be kind of fun, Luke, in the future, every time you hear that, I don't know, highlight it somehow and then ping me, and then we can have a nice little discussion later on this. Question 2, how has strength training informed your academic and literary pursuits? I like that because one of the things that I fell in love with the barbell was it's progressive. And if you show up and you just keep trying and doing a little better, you might not be the world champion, but you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. In my academic pursuits, I use the same approach. I imagine in my entire time in college, outside of maybe track meets and maybe my junior year, I got the flu pretty bad, but I don't think I ever skipped a class. I always went to class, always. And I felt that if I just went to class, did the readings as appropriate, stayed ahead of my classes, that was a very big thing to me, that my GPA would reflect that. Well, I was a 4.0 scholar for most of my career. And really all I did was show up and do what was asked of me and try to be early, which is, of course, what you try to be as a weightlifter or discus thrower. You get there on time, you're prepared, you do your warm-ups, the whole thing. So it is interesting, and that's the thing I'm pulling out of it, is that the lessons I learned in athletics and in weightlifting helped me immensely at academics. When people ask me how I write so much, I just tell them, well, I get up in the morning and I write. And then they ask for some secret. It's like, well, what's the secret? Well, the secret is 3 sets of 3. You just do it. And magically, a few months later, you're stronger. Luke, I really appreciate this question. I would like you to keep an eye on when I do those little literary references and just kind of give me a little nudge every so often, reminding me. Thank you, Luke.